Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast. This is another show review. So, again, as last time, disclaimer, sorry if anybody's offended by anything we say. We don't mean to offend anybody. If you don't want to be on the podcast, please just tell us and we'll make sure you don't feature in future. But we're only going to use content from social media sources. So, we've got a few to go through. So, we've got today's FitX show. We have also got the PCA Ireland from today, and then we've got the PCA St. Albans first timers from yesterday. And we have got the overall winner coming on later as well, Dan. Shout out to Dan. So we'll start off with FitX. I'll get FitX page up. I know they've not posted a lot, but they've
Yeah,
got on their story, they've got a few bits. So obviously we know the overall winner of the FitX quite well.
yeah. We used to train. Like to be fair, Carlton's Leicester based, so we've trained in gyms. It was originally Warehouse where we used to see him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he's a lovely lad, like really nice. I've known him for years since the original Warehouse. So this was like I remember when I was like 16, going on like I had a day off from college every Wednesday or week like every week, and I used to go to Warehouse and see him, and I was just like this skinny natty kid who'd look at him and go, he's pretty big. Wow, I wonder what he does. Turns out wins overalls at FitTech shows. I think he had a few years off, if I'm not mistaken. He's coached by Cuba, and he has been for years at this point. So, yeah, really good to see Carlton take home the overall. Magic Eye Media, Jay got second, who is a fantastic listener of the podcast,
Yeah,
apparently.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I saw a comment from him. Finn hadn't seen it. Like he commented on the last show review. So, Jay, we're a big fan of your work. I remember seeing you in Rotherham years ago, filming for I think it was Cuba or someone. And again, I was just like this skinny kid going, "Oh, this guy looks cool. This is
I
like proper
remember
for like."
making him look tiny on stage when I competed against
Yeah, and then obviously Finn destroyed him when he was
him.
in
Yeah,
his board short. Yeah,
destroyed him. I saw that actually came
yeah.
through the day. It came up on my here he is, look. Came up on my YouTube, my FitX show, and I was like, oh, I'll have a look at it. Like, so I just clicked on it, I had a look through. Like,
Yeah.
I remember looking a lot better than I did.
What do you mean? Like you thought at the time, I look really good, and now you look back
No,
and you're
yeah,
like,
at the time I remember like because I felt good because I was really full and I wasn't bad at that point. So I was like, oh, like, I felt pretty good. I looked decent. I didn't look bad, but then like there was the overall where I was stood against Jay, like we did a rear double and I was like, what am I doing? I literally looked at it, I was like, what am I doing? That's embarrassing.
yeah. I mean, I remember when you won that. Like, I think everyone around us, like, it was like Shannon was like, "Oh, well done." Like, there was no, it wasn't like yes, it was just like, well done, Finn. I just remember it was almost
I
like this
shouldn't have
elated,
won.
like,
Should have come fourth.
yeah. It was just like everyone was like, "Whoa, Finn won!" Yeah,
Yeah, it's because it
it
was just
wasn't
like
anything.
wasn't a show that I was properly supposed to be doing anyway. Although
Yeah,
it ended up being the
exactly.
best one. Anyway, we've just
The
got in
first,
the background. We've just
no,
got
mate, the only time you actually given first place on a stage, mate, you should have really embraced it.
I know. I did embrace it. Here he is. Look, Class 2 bodybuilding champion, Carlton. This is on the FitX story, by the way, guys. So I've just got it
Hmm.
running in the background. This is the first time that we've looked through all this, but I saw Jay's post saying, not not what I came for. I think he put the better man won, and then he put Carlton. So I obviously saw that Carlton had beat him, and then I saw the overall on their story. It was live, and like, I clicked on it for like 5 seconds, and I was like, yeah, Carlton's won. This guy was decent. I think we spoke about him. I feel like he did a PCA show the week before.
Hmm.
I think we might have already spoken about him, but yeah, I saw Carlton in the overall on the live stream, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna win. I only watched it like I say for a few seconds, but so that was pretty much the FitX. I've got the photo. I should have in a second of Carlton.
We were saying before we were coming on, like or I said it more so. Like FitX are a really, really fun show. Like if anyone's a first timer and they're doing a show and you're wanting to compete within like an enhanced realm, FitX shows are really, really good to get your feet wet into. Like they're the guys that run them are wicked. They're enjoyable shows. However, social media wise, like what's to say that they could easily be doing the reels that PCA do? They might not want to copy them, but it does help when it comes to
Yeah.
engagement, when it comes to reach. And if, like, again, the FitX aren't going to take what I say or what me and Finn say and say, yeah, we're going to do that, but they easily could do some reels, I imagine, which would help significantly when it comes to exposure. So, FitX,
Like you
get
said
on it,
then,
please.
like they might not want to copy them, but also you probably should
Yeah.
copy them because it does well.
Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid of copying something that's working.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and then here we have Carlton. Looks really, really good, to be fair. Like very, very good. I will say, though, I remember his upper body not being as like his upper body looks really dominant in comparison to his lower. Like, not saying his legs are bad. I just thought his upper body's so round and full,
Yeah,
it's
you
ridiculous.
know the post I think he put on it was maybe a few days ago. This no, it wasn't that one. It was that one. I've just clicked off it. It was this one, wasn't it? And we both said like, obviously he's pretty flat here. I think he's pretty depleted, and but we were like, his legs look like downsized almost.
Yeah.
But I think it might
And
just
then
be
he
that maybe his upper body's just come up a lot more. Because
yeah,
I remember used to thinking that his legs were his best body part, whereas here I was like, oh, they look a bit small. But you can tell he's flat there. Like he looks
yeah.
better. Well, he obviously looks a lot better for the show. Not that he looks bad
Yeah.
in any way. He looks great, but
And
I thought that
I'd
yeah, like
yeah,
here his legs look bigger. His legs look better there.
yeah, I'd like
Few
to see
days
like
of
what
like
his stage weight
being
was
off his feet.
comparison. Like, yeah, to what his stage weight was like comparison to when he last competed because he looks better quality wise, but I don't think like he's not massive structurally, but he doesn't look like his upper body looks like it's grown a lot, but his legs don't really look the same. It almost looks like it's his upper body's slightly overpowering now. But again, I'm not too sure. Like we follow Carlton, but like we don't know the intricacies.
Yeah.
But something could have happened. It might have been a case of an injury, or not even that, or maybe it's just a case we prioritize his upper body because his upper looks wild in
He looks a
comparison
lot
to
I
last
feel
time.
like he does look a lot more balanced now. He looks really, really good.
Yeah, he looks more complete, definitely. But he doesn't look massive in comparison, considering he's had a
No.
good couple of years off. You know, but he's
But
not
like you said, he's
structurally a
not structurally massive. I don't think he'd ever be that
yeah,
mass monster like where you go, Jesus. Like he's just got a really nice physique, which he is obviously like filling out. But even though you fill out that frame, he's never, it's like most people. Like if you don't have a really wide sort of set of shoulders anyway, or if you're not genetically like large as a person, you're not going to be a quote unquote mass monster, are you? But that
yeah,
being said, he looks like one just because of how he's like come in condition wise and how like he's improved his upper body.
yeah. So yeah, that was the first FitX show of the year. Didn't see anything from Physique, so I don't know if they even had anyone who did Physique, but that was FitX. Moving on to PCA Ireland.
Yeah,
So
so
PCA, PCA doing two shows like back to back days, like in different areas, like they're
mate,
taking over, aren't they?
killing it.
So,
So
yeah,
the main reason that I wanted to cover the PCA Island, well, how I even knew that it was going on today was from this guy, Harry Greer.
yes,
So he posted this, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know he was competing today. So and I was like, how has he come second? Because he's very good. Like he's really good. He's a natty, and he's a lot. I've had people message me like, do you think he's natty? Yeah, I think he's natty. He's not huge. He's not like ridiculously large. He's just got very good glutes, and he's in very like good nick. This was 3 and 7 weeks out. Like from the back, you think he's got like a really good set of glutes for a 21-year-old. But also, like, that's just because we've said it loads on this podcast. You don't usually see 21-year-olds with a good sort of set of glutes and hamstrings. So he looks like really well developed, but he's not huge. You wouldn't look at him and go, oh my God, yeah, he's not natty. Like, he's just pretty sort of vascular, pretty round. He's got a really nice physique and he's in good condition. But you
yeah,
wouldn't be like, yeah, he's definitely not natty. Anyway, I saw him post that he came second, and I was like, that's a surprise. Like, I thought he'd probably win. And again, here, you wouldn't look at him and go, no, he's not natty. You'd be like, yeah, he's natty. But anyway, I thought he like obviously based on the fact that he's very good and he's in very good condition, I thought that he would almost be a shoe
Hey,
in to win.
can I just say the photos of his girlfriend? Jesus Christ, he is like farming engagement. His own like posts 150 likes. Photos of his girlfriend 2,000 likes and 1,000 likes.
Yeah, she's got like a massive following.
Okay, I was gonna say
I think
careful.
she's yeah,
That's a
she's got
lot. That's a
like
lot of people.
that's from her post and I think she's got like
Okay,
150,000 followers or something. But anyway,
okay. I was
this
gonna
one's on his
say
own. He's got one and a half
yeah.
thousand there. That's just because of his amazing
Okay, yeah,
glutes. I need to save that one as
yeah.
well. Save that for later.
Not
Anyone
bad
that's got
save.
good glutes, I just save their photos. But no, I
It's for
saw.
coach. It is. Just because you're a coach, no other reason.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's just to analyze.
Yeah,
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 completely normal. Um,
yeah.
so I saw the PCA. I saw that, and then I was like, well, let's see who beat him, and it was this guy. So I think his name's Logan,
Oh,
Logan Ferguson, who, to be fair, like has
cool.
got a very good physique, really nice shape, and I think probably standing next to Harry just looks a lot bigger. Like obviously I've not got a comparison, but like I'm just sort of speculating as to what the outcome will have been. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just thought
He,
I'd chat about that.
no, I think he has that like again. I don't. I'm going to assume this guy's assisted, but you can just see through his delts a bit pointier, a
Yeah,
bit fuller. You know, like that kind of X frame, like quad sweeps a little bit wider. Like for a natty, that Harry guy is really really good. Like he does it. He almost in some photos you could imagine people will probably go he's not natty because he is very well developed in certain areas. But then also when you are standing next to somebody who's potentially assisted, like I don't think from the rear this guy looks a lot better, but structurally he's wider. He's got a
yeah.
smaller waist.
It
His
is
delts pop a
literally
bit more.
structure. Structure can just carry
Yeah,
you, like, and
yeah,
he opens up like that, and he probably would dwarf most natties just based on that. And that's even if he was natty, he's just got really good
yeah.
structure. Even
Yeah,
Yemi,
he
even
might
Yemi
be.
said he's got good
Yeah,
structure. Look,
yeah, exactly. So the structure goat says you got good structure. Take it.
yeah, he has.
So
Um,
yeah, no, that's the island.
I
But that's for
think,
juniors.
yeah. Other than that, like I said, that was just one thing that I wanted to really mention. They have put reels up, but they've not put like as many as they usually would. I don't know if it wasn't maybe a busy show. This guy looked really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I don't. Again, I haven't seen it. Like, I don't think they've posted about the overalls or anything, but I would
Mm.
imagine that he would probably have taken the overall if that's the medium winner. I mean, the short winner and the tall winner might have been close, but it's difficult to say. This guy doesn't look quite as sharp as the tall winner.
No, I got
Again, I don't know
got
how
a fair
busy the
bit.
show was or anything. If anybody was there, obviously, please feel free to sort of give us some information on it after this comes out. But yeah, they've not posted anything extra yet. Um, so yeah, in terms of the PCA show
Did
yesterday
you see the men's physique guy with his shorts pulled up hitting a front relaxed?
here,
Yeah,
yeah, he looks good.
fantastic post
He's
that.
pretty big to be
It
fair.
does look, it looks like he should be doing bodybuilding. I
Yeah.
don't know why it's hitting front relaxed. Like first pose front relaxed. Like wrong class, bro.
They don't really do that, do they, in PCA? In like in UK FBA, in some federations, they'll say like you're more suited to this class, then they'll move you along. But I don't think they do
PCA
that.
they did at Universe. The guy in my class got moved to I think I don't know if it's bodybuilding or something. He got moved out of classic because he was massive. He was like probably 110 kilos. He won I think the bodybuilding medium or something, bodybuilding
Yeah.
tall. Yeah, like because he was huge backstage, like massive. I was like, this guy does not look classic. He's just a big bodybuilder.
I think yeah, if they do it backstage, don't they? I don't think they let people get on stage yet. Whereas
No,
sometimes
no,
like
they sometimes no, they some I've seen it happen actually again to a girl where they moved her into the center and they literally said like we think you'd be better suited to a different class, like and they
yeah,
took her off and
that's
then
what they usually do. That's what I was saying. That's what they almost do with UK FBA.
yeah,
Right.
right.
So
So on to the people yesterday.
let's scroll down to the start.
What was your impression, mate? What were your thoughts?
Again, the guy that won, Dan, who we're going to be having on soon, we spoke to him at the Arnold's. So I obviously coach Drew, and Drew trains with him, and Drew's like good mates with him. And then Drew like introduced him to us at the Arnold's, and he was like, "Oh yeah, have you seen him?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know who he was." And then showed
Yeah,
me some photos. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like he's in really good nick. You know, he's one of those people. He's not huge structurally, like, and he was in a hoodie and stuff.
no,
And then like Drew showed me some photos. I was like, "Yeah, he's very good." He's coached by Lewis Jones, so
yeah,
Lewis Team Pro Coach, I think his name is on Instagram now. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, they obviously, he won the overall and brought a very, very good package. He looked really, really good. So we'll come on to that, and like I say, we'll chat to him about his peak and everything when he comes on. But other than that,
The
again, I don't
class,
know how busy it was.
one of the classic
The
winners who's
classic
coached
winner,
by Josh.
yeah, he was very good. Yeah,
Really, yeah. Like, I thought, like again, you'd have to see it in person, but he was really, really good. I thought if there
yeah,
was going to be anybody, it could have been him.
yeah.
Like
I
judging
thought
from the
that.
photo, I could argue he almost probably could have taken it, but again, you don't know until you see
I
him in
think he was
person. But
sharper, but I think size wise, like, and I think they often do like to give the overall to the bodybuilder. Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't
I also
often
think as well, like it plays a role in your head when it comes to like the reels that they post or the photo. If there's a classic dude, unless he is structurally perfect, the bigger bodybuilder always looks the coolest.
yeah.
So if there's just a fucking guy who's just a house, like an absolute fridge, they'll look at it and go, okay, cool, that's mint. And again, like this is the guy. So Marcus Knight, I had to put short. Fucking, I thought he was tall. He looks really tall
Yeah, he's
from what I've
coached
seen.
by Matt
Uh,
LeMay.
oh, was it Matt LeMay? If I said Josh Bogdani, I
Oh,
don't.
I thought you were
Was
on about there's another guy that Josh did coach, but I don't know if he coached the guy who I'm on about. We'll come on to in a minute. But yeah,
No, no, okay, I think I'm confused. Yeah, apologies, guys.
this is
Clearly haven't done my
Matt's
homework.
client.
Yeah, this is Matt's guy. Yeah, I got confused. I know Josh had a guy that I think won a class, if I'm not mistaken. And for some reason, I think I might have seen a photo of them together or something. I don't know. But this guy looks ridiculously good. Like this guy looks class. So yeah. But I also would say as well, I'm not sure if you'd agree, Finn. I don't think he looks classic. He looks just like a bodybuilder, just a smaller bodybuilder who's well shaped.
I thought he was. I didn't think he was doing classic because he's not got classic trunks
No,
on. I thought you had to wear black classic trunks in a classic class. I thought he was just doing bodybuilding.
yeah. No, you don't. For PCA, you can wear anything. I wore my bodybuilding trunks for my classic PCA show.
Right.
So
But
it
yeah, I
didn't
think
make a
he
difference.
was very, very good. And like you say, probably was pretty close. I think it was that guy who it's just gone off. Yeah, it was the classic tall winner, I'm pretty sure, who I thought was really good. His name Nana Dua. In terms of just like his shape and again, like his structure for classic. You know, like the guys who beat you at the finals, like
Yeah,
they just look really nice for classic. They've just got a really nice shape. Like their structure is spot on for classic, really. But yeah, I actually thought the guy who won the classic short, I didn't realize he was classic until literally just now.
yeah. I saw him and thought he looked class, like, but not classic.
Yeah,
So it
you
was
did, you
like,
did, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, he's very, very good. And then, like I said, those were the main standouts in my opinion. I didn't really get like my eyes drawn to anybody else. And I find it's one of those where like I actually quite like not putting in too much research prior to these because like you
Yeah,
naturally will see people that are really good. Like the ones that I haven't like obviously I'll look through all the reels, I'll have a look, but the ones that I will naturally see people share, people talk about, they're
and
usually the ones
also
that
when you get them up on here, you go, oh shit, like this guy looks really good. I've not seen this guy
yeah,
yet.
yeah, yeah.
So he won
Yeah,
the
no, I haven't.
short class. I don't know if he was on his own because they've not put second and third, but he looked really good.
Yeah.
And then I know that in Dan's interview, he was saying that he thought his class was the most stacked of the day, which I think it definitely was. And I also think for first timers, this is the best standard we've seen for the first timer shows by a mile. Like,
Oh yeah,
I think this
definitely.
is is it
But
the third one? It says two in brackets, so maybe it's only the second. It's not. This is
yeah.
definitely the third first timer show we've covered.
Was one of the island ones first timers? Is that why? Like the was that did we got confused between the
I'm not
different
sure,
places or
but
whatever?
either way, I think this was a good standard for first timers. I thought this guy was really good, like a lot of muscle. I think Dan probably just beat him on condition, to be honest. Again, it's hard to say without having them next to each other, but um, from the reel and just from photos I've seen, Dan did look a good amount sharper.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have the overall winner. So
Really
Dan, yeah,
nice.
really, really good. Yeah, like very nice. Everything just kind of flows well. Shots look good. Legs are good.
Posing's
Like
good.
his side tricep is absolutely absurd.
Yeah,
Like
his,
his
his
side tricep.
tricep alone is like ridiculous. This transition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy good. Yeah, like, that's mental. That arm is just like so bubbly and
Yeah.
round. That's crazy, crazy good.
And
So
he's
yeah,
not, I wouldn't really say he's got much of a weakness. Like, I think even when he turns to the back, like his glutes are pretty much there. Like, that side tricep really good. He's
yeah,
like well detailed from the back. He doesn't look downsized really anywhere. Like he's pretty well balanced. I think usually at these first timer shows or in any bodybuilding show, you usually go, oh, that could be, he's great, but there's a bit weak. It's like every pose he's pretty well balanced, which plays a massive role, like in any show, but especially if it's a first timers.
yeah. No, I agree. Like I think he just flows really well. He's very, very complete. Like
Yeah,
he's yeah, like there's not an area you could look at and go, that could be brought up. It's just like
yeah.
if you had 10 pounds like collectively over your next, let's say off season, then another 10 pounds, fucking hell, you'll be
That
ridiculously
was
strong.
Jake Smith. That was Ben Featherston's client, so he won the tall.
Yeah, yeah.
I've not seen too much from the female classes, I'll be honest. I saw the woman that won the overall. I think she was the figure winner. I think her name was his name Precious. Yeah, Precious Cowling. So she won athletic figure and then went on to win the overall. Um, and then to be fair, the physique guys looked decent. I think the guy that won the physique overall looked very good. I think it was him.
Mm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
It was, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
guy.
We got the guy that finished like the one next to him. Robert sent me it saying like this was me at finals, like really like bursting full,
Yeah.
and I haven't replied, but when I send his check-in through, I'm gonna be like, no, you were a lot fatter, mate. Sorry. This guy's still sharper than you at finals, bro. You're way bigger than him and have a lot better structure,
He's
but
really good
yeah,
though.
not this dude for the people. It's the guy that finished second, but this guy looked really good. Yeah, really, really good.
Sorry, I'm just messaging Dan. Um,
That's cool.
let me get. Are you on about that guy?
Yeah, yeah. This is Finley sent me it and saying this was me at finals. Like I said, when I send his check in, I'm gonna be like, yeah, he's still sharper than you, mate. Like, congrats, so you were a lot bigger than him, but this guy would still make you look fat.
Yeah, the guy that won. What was his name? Darius. Very good. Really, really good physique. I
Darius
saw
Vassell.
again Darius Lascelles, yeah. I just saw him on the overall photo, and I was like, oh shit, he's really good. Shout out to this guy, Jake Hart. Do you remember him? You might remember him. So basically, he used to go out with Sophie. Her name was I can't remember her surname. Who was one of the PTs at Pure Gym. So he used to train at Pure Gym, Loughborough now and again when he'd like come and see her, and he always seemed sound. Um, I remember seeing him like I'm sure I saw him at a show like last year, and he like looked massive compared to when I'd last seen him, and I was like, shit, like he's grown. I think I'd probably not seen him for like 5 years, like when I used to work at Pure Gym. Um, and I don't I'm going to assume that he's not natty anymore because he was like, all right, Finn, he had like a really deep voice and he didn't used to, and I was like, and he looked really big in off season, and I was like, fair play, like I think he's enhanced now. And then I'd not seen him compete. I don't think I follow him. I'd not seen anything. And then obviously I saw this, and I was like, oh shit, and he's won. So I was like, I was happy for him. It's pretty cool. He's
Yeah.
coached by Jake Bowen as well, or Bowen. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, he's coached by him, and he looked really good. Tan was very dark.
Yeah, Tam was very dark. He's lucky he's as conditioned as he is, because if he was like 5% like softer, he would get like his midsection would look
Yeah,
so washed out in comparison. But yeah, it looks really
but his
good.
condition
And
was
then
really good.
clearly, yeah, you remember him well. Did you used to fancy Sophie? Was this before Shannon?
No, I think it was probably while I was with Shannon.
You fancied her with Shannon?
I'm just saying it was when I was with Shannon that she worked there.
I
Do you remember?
probably fancied her while I was with Shannon
I
actually.
can't remember her
Huh.
name. She had a sister that trained there as well, but I can't remember their names.
You know
Anyway,
everything about this Sophie. You follow her like extensively, like inside the gym, outside the
yeah,
gym,
mate,
all this
I'm
sort of
following her
stuff.
constantly. Yeah, stalking her.
Right. So yeah, they're the overall winners. The bikini girl looks really good.
Yeah, I was just trying to find her own reel. I don't know
Mm.
what her name was.
That
It, it,
side try is a fucking joke, isn't
I know it's good in it.
it?
I did think he was sat a bit
Yeah,
low in it
really.
on the photo. Georgia Brown was
Yeah,
the overall bikini winner. Yeah, let me just quickly get
she's
the.
coached by she's coached by Henry. Evolution Training.
Oh, is she?
Do you know Henry?
Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah,
one
Henry
of the
Reddy.
coaches, isn't he? Yeah, look, mate, look at that
Yeah,
photo. That's really good.
yeah, that is very nice, isn't it?
He is very good.
Like even like I know it's his upper body, but his legs are like fucking look at his like hamstrings are like cross striated.
Yeah,
Like it looks all cool.
yeah,
Like through the
he's big,
short,
he's a
like
big
very,
guy.
very good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
think Dan was sat a bit low. Anyway, we're gonna bring Dan in
yeah.
right now, and we're gonna tell him that we're live as soon as he comes in.
Okay,
So
cool.
hopefully we have no issues with it. Here he is.
Drum roll, please. This is when we realize he's on like one bar of 3G or
There
like
he is.
connected to Wi-Fi.
Look at his tan.
Here we go. Bro, have you not had a shower? What's happened here?
He's trying to work out his audio. Go into the bottom left corner. Right, guys,
Here
we're
we are.
back. I literally said before, I was like, hopefully we don't run into any issues. We did. We couldn't get Dan's mic working, so he's on his phone now. So, welcome, mate. Everyone, this is Dan. Or do you prefer Dan or Daniel?
Sounds fine, yeah.
Dan.
Thanks.
So this is Dan, the overall winner. We've literally just been going through the whole show, mate. So yeah, basically, mate, give us like a run through as to how the show went, your thoughts, your feelings, your peak. Yeah, go through the day.
Yeah, it was great. Obviously my first experience competing, and you know, it was a tough prep, but the feeling after it just made it all worth it, and all the lads came down, supported me, and yeah, it was just once I got up there, I just enjoyed every minute of it really. So
Yeah, you
No,
look
that's good.
you look really good, mate. Really, really good.
thank you, thank you.
What's your plan now in terms of like
Uh,
doing more shows or
no, I don't have anything in mind currently, to be honest. I had this goal in mind. I wanted the sword from first timers, and I wanted to see if I was capable of, going through prep and getting up on stage. And I'm not a very confident person usually, so it was really daunting to me. The thought of getting up on stage in front of hundreds of people in little pants, and you know,
I think
but it went
normal
great.
though. I think that's normal,
Yeah,
mate. Like even if you are a confident person, it's still weird. Like and even like if you've done multiple shows, it's still weird. Like I don't think it's ever normal. Like it's still
Doesn't
odd.
become
yeah,
it. The first time especially is really strange, and then
Yeah.
like you get a little bit more used to it, but it's still a bit odd.
That's what's
Dan,
good
I've got
about
to
the
say,
first
mate.
timers show though, is that everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Your arm routine. What the fuck have you done in your pre like when you first started training? Have you always just been really good arm genetics, or like did you used to like train arms every day when you started training? What was the crack?
yeah. If to be honest, a lot of people ask me what the hell do you do for arms, and I don't do a lot. I don't need to. They just seem to grow, fortunately. When I started training, I did pay attention to them more than other muscles just because that's what I thought was cool. I just
Oh, everyone
trained them a
does.
lot.
You
Yeah,
just
so
like
I
you
just
want.
I wanted to get bigger arms, more than other things, but they also happened to respond really well, and they were, almost too overpowering. They still may be, but they were quite overpowering over the rest of my body. So I've made more of an effort in the past couple of years to be more symmetrical.
You need
Yeah.
to give Drew some tips, mate.
I know, yeah, he's the opposite to me.
It is. It is. It's literally that though, isn't it? Like I'll have people say the same to me, like, mate, what do you do for your arms? I'm like, I don't do anything special compared to anything else. Like, if anything, I do less through my arms now because they're a stronger body part. It is just genetics, isn't it? Like, you just have body parts that grow
100%.
quicker than others.
100%. And it's a double-edged sword because my chest is my weak point
Yeah,
because my triceps are so overpowering
just
in
take over.
movements.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, it comes, it's always a case of, if you've got strong arms, it's nice, but then you want bigger delts, bigger lats, that sort of thing. And then, you got guys then that just have the widest lats and the thickest pecs, and they may not have the biggest arms. And
there's
it's
always
a
something
critical sport,
else.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to yourself, Dan, obviously the reason why we carried on is we want to hear from you. How long was the prep? What was your starting body weight? All that sort of jazz. Like, where are you now in relation to when you started body weight wise?
Yeah. Okay. So I made the decision to compete late last year, maybe October, November, and
Mhm.
I just finished up, a sort of off season, and I was tidying up just in a health phase, sort of mini dieting type thing, and then I got in touch with Lewis, my coach, and we put a plan in place. We started coming down from December, and then January the 1st, we officially went into prep, but we decided the date, 27th of April, first time was two. That's what we were going to go for. So we laid out the plan, and my peak off season weight was 245, and I did end up having to come fully depleted all the way down to 196. So
Wow,
there's a lot
shit.
of weight.
Like 50
You
Yeah.
pounds.
lost a lot. How tall are you?
Well, I'm 5'10". On stage, I actually weighed more like 210 after
Yeah.
filling up.
Okay. Did you just binge backstage on rice cakes and like
And
cakes and stuff?
yeah, I wouldn't say binge. It was all prescribed,
Yeah.
but we did 3 heavy carb up days prior to the show.
Yeah, go on. Talk us
What?
through
Yeah,
your
what?
peak week.
Yeah, loaded.
Yeah, so obviously I'm pretty new to this, so this was all done through Lewis. He pretty much just ran me into the ground for a few weeks, sort of hell weeks, really low food, really high output. It was tough. And then he brought me up for A. We kind of ate maintenance, dropped leg training down, dropped cardio down. Then, while maintaining this, we went into a fat load phase just for a few days. And then three heavy carb up days just to fill me up, which we ran previous refeeds to kind of test the waters, how I respond to, a certain amount of carbs, that sort of thing. And we found that I need about 1,000 carbs a day through clean sources, and we ran that for 3 days, and then pretty much just um, cut everything out. Dropped back down to pretty boring meals just to get rid of that bloat and water
Did you
I
just
was
have
holding.
one day of doing that? Like one day of sort of drying off?
Yeah, so the pretty much the afternoon before the show, Lewis was down in St. Albans, so I went to see him, and we had a look at my physique, and he made the decision. We're full, but yeah, bloated, carrying some water, that sort of thing. So we cut out, we finished the water for the day, cut out any water, cut out any salt, just had a very light meal. Around 8 or 9 o'clock, I think it was, literally a bit of chicken and a bit of nut butter, and then didn't eat then until the next morning just to get something in me before the stage, and at that point it was pretty much just rice cakes and nut butter and a bit of chicken.
Yeah, you're already really full. Just a case of like making sure you pull away that extracellular fluid. Which, to be fair,
And
like obviously
It's a
it's
safe approach. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you
safe.
can't really go wrong with it unless you go
Aren't ready.
so far over that it's like you can't pull it off in time. But even then, like you usually can. Like if you
yeah,
think how long you were dieting for and how sort of depleted you felt, you fill up and then you feel amazing. Like so you just pose a bit more, you just move a bit more, you spend a bit longer pumping up, and already it's like, oh, actually you have pulled that fluid off. You sound.
yeah, 100%. I could tell myself after the carb up days, I looked a lot fuller, but I had more trouble posing properly and controlling my midsection, that sort of thing, just because of, it's so much food that you're shuffling down, it just leaves you very bloated. So we just wanted to get that out of the way and just dry out a little bit. So,
What did you think like backstage when you were sort of seeing the guys that you were going to be against?
well, obviously, you've seen the video there, the guy in the red trunks, Grant, he's a very large human. Um, so, obviously on the day, when I saw him in clothes next to me, I was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
how is this guy a first timer? Like when you're next to him, he's very big. I think he said he was something like 230, and he's like 5'6", so 20
yeah,
pounds heavier than me.
massive.
Um, so I was kind of catastrophizing. I was like, oh, I'm not even going to win my class now. But obviously, we get up on stage, it's another story then, isn't it? It's very, you're exposed, and then you see the elements of prep, really show. So your posing, your condition, and your fitness up there.
Yeah,
It all comes into play then, doesn't it? So
it's so much more than just who's the biggest guy. Like if that was the case, yeah, he would have beaten you. Obviously, like you say, in terms of like overall size and actual body weight, but like I think
yeah,
you were just more complete. We are literally saying this before you came on. Like you were just more complete and leaner. Like so, you won.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's just a very large guy, and I wasn't expecting someone as big to be
Yeah. Even the guy in
there.
turn was really good. This guy that came, I
Exactly.
thought he was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, fantastic beard as well. Like
Yeah,
way
yeah,
better, way better than yours, Dan.
yeah.
Like, yeah, he's done you on the beard, that's for
could
sure.
have got the
So
win just for that.
yeah, they could have given him the win. So I asked this actually to Tom, the last first timer. What did you have? Because I'm always interested regarding first timers afterwards. Because the first time is a completely different rodeo. Food wise, what did you do last night, bro? Where'd you go? What did you have?
Oh, it's embarrassing to say.
This is why I ask. Okay, what we'll do, mate. If it's really bad, we'll just tell Lewis, not to watch. We'll block him from watching it. So, come on. What did you when you got off stage? What we talking? I want to hear everything, bro.
Okay. Well, I didn't get a go ahead from Lewis anyway. He said, enjoy yourself. I'm going to
Yeah.
be going back to some sort of structure probably tomorrow. But the goal was just to get all of my cravings just out the way. I what I didn't anticipate being on prep is just how much your relationship with food would change. It feels like I had a borderline eating disorder.
No, no,
It
no. You
is,
definitely
mate.
will.
Yeah,
You
you
definitely will.
do. You have one
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like it's
yeah,
just we all have one now.
yeah.
Yeah, so I spent a large part of my time towards the end of prep just looking at stuff about food and taking notes of what I might want.
The worst thing you can do, but
It
people
is.
say it's like it's so normal to do it.
Yeah,
So,
so we
get to the point. What have you at? You
yeah,
wanna-
so after the win, straight to Five Guys, there was one opposite.
What was
So
your order?
pretty standard, and for the cheeseburger, kitted it out, loads of fries as you do, full sugar drinks, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola. Then we went and got Krispy Kremes. That was on the cards. Plenty of Krispy Kremes.
How many?
We initially just a three because it was a small Tesco and they didn't have much choice. So I got three Krispy Kremes then. Let that sit. Then we went and found a dessert parlor. It was called Creams.
Yeah.
Got myself a Kinder Bueno waffle with ice cream and a Ferrero Rocher thick shake. Um, then that's it. And then went and got a large half and half Domino's. Half of it was just original cheese and tomato.
You know what, bro? I was gonna say that's
It's
not that bad.
impressive.
And then, no, no, no. It wasn't bad. And then you said the
I
Domino's, and I
thought
was like,
before the
No,
Dominoes, I thought you were done. I thought
no,
that
we're
was
yeah.
still
when I
going.
went to bed.
No, we're still going. We got the Domino's and I picked up a 9 box of Krispy Kremes and then I just ate that and died. So
Have you checked your body weight this morning?
no, luckily I didn't have scales with me in St Albans, so I didn't have the opportunity.
To be fair, like what time did you finish? You probably came off stage at what, like
Four, three.
I think it was probably earlier than that, wasn't it?
No, no. I think I got off stage around 4:30, but I had to. We still stuck around for the next hour, just chatting, taking
Yeah,
pictures. I got the interview done. My
That,
class was my class was at 12, so I had to hang around for the overalls too.
yeah, you've
Finn, if you
done.
know, that's one thing that PCA are so much like. When I competed, when I did the overall, obviously first show,
Yeah,
we got off at like 7 o'clock, and I was on
yeah.
at like 1 or 2. Nowadays, all the shows are done a lot earlier. I don't know why. I'm not too sure what the difference is
Do they
because
start a bit earlier?
I don't know. I haven't heard a single overall finishing at like. I remember getting off at like 7. It was like
Your
pitch
that
black
show
outside.
was busy though, the one that you did, like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
busy. So
Everyone else is.
just
I always see overall at like 3 or 4. So it's like,
yeah.
I always
To be
need a
fair though,
more
they,
optimal
that
time.
is that's an impressive amount of food in that amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shocked myself to be honest, but I guess I needed it. So it went down well. Like my
Yeah,
digestion's fine. So
yeah. That's
How'd you look
sound.
today? You look full.
I haven't had a look to be honest. I've just been,
Just
enjoying myself and
I'm gonna
not
say
worrying about.
what have you done today? What was the plan today?
So obviously I was in St Albans. It's a long journey home. So luckily I had my mate Matt with me, and he drove me down. He's been with me the whole way. He's kind of he's been my right hand man. So we got up. I was still full from last night, so I didn't. I gave myself a little bit of time, and we made the journey home. We stopped at the services, got ourselves a Burger King, got a Greg's as well, and then you know got home. I recently got home now. I'm just spending time with my family. Just taking it all in. So
Yeah. On that note, mate, we'll leave you to have that rest of your night with your family. We appreciate the time that you've given us, mate. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was
thank you.
that was good. That was a pleasure to have you on, mate. I'm sure in the future we'll see you again, hopefully on these reviews. Is the plan what, a couple of years, do you reckon, before you'll compete again, or
no, not a couple of years. I'm staying with Lewis, and we know what we need to do. We know what we need to bring up. I want to have a productive off season, and I want to get to competing again. So probably next year we'll see.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Exciting, man.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Thank you very much. Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
No, it's all
No,
good,
it's
man.
been great.
Appreciate it. Catch you in a bit.
Congratulations on your first showing. Really, really good.
Thank you very
And
much.
yeah, that'll be that, guys. Right. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys.